I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is AMARA'S Logic. Got a new video for you today. Green Bay Packers trades, rumors, and news. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. Salute the Packer Nation. Salute the friends and family. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all know we here to talk about what happened yesterday afternoon at Lambeau Field. I was on site between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Care Bears. It was a great game, but we left Lambeau victorious as we should. The true kings of the North are now in first place as they should be. Things are the way they should be in the NFC North right now, with the true owner of the NFC North in first place, your Green Bay Packers. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. Before I get into all my little soliloquy and all of that fly stuff, I just want to say I was in Lambeau yesterday. This is my second time that I've ever been in Lambeau. And let me tell y'all, the energy, the atmosphere at Lambeau was crazy yesterday. Even with the weather conditions, that that stadium was rocking. It was like 60% Packers fans, 40% Bears fans. That felt like a playoff game yesterday at Lambeau Field. Damn, it feel different to be at a Packers game. If you've never been to Lambeau, you definitely need to go. When you start pulling up the title town, you immediately feel this energy and aura coming. It just comes all over you. Just like, damn, you really here at Lambeau Field. You really here at Title Town. You can really see Lambeau Field. And when you walk through those gates at Title Town, it feels different, friends and family. It feels different being at Lambeau Field, especially with this type of intense rivalry, us versus the Care Bears, and for us to come out victorious in the fashion that we did. Nothing but heart. Nothing but heart. We had some penalties. We had a couple bonehead plays. They were holding Micah Parsons every play. Every play. Micah Parsons, I don't remember the last time there was a holding on called for Micah Parsons. Like, it's getting kind of crazy with the Micah Parsons. They're holding him every play. Like choke holds, just blatantly holding his arm, illegal hands to the face. It's getting a little crazy with the disrespect of Micah Parsons. It's getting a little crazy. I also would like to add that Rashan Gary has not had a sack since October. Micah Parsons is being defended by three people, sometimes four. Rashan Gary has zero sacks since October. I done told y'all about Gary. We gonna get into that though. We definitely gonna get into that. Damn, that game was hype yesterday. Back and forth, 22 seconds to win the game. Damn, it was hype yesterday. Oh, that was crazy. I don't know how it felt like watching the game, but I mean like the tension in the stadium yesterday at Lambeau was crazy. It was like that game was like nerve wracking from beginning to end. It was just like tension, the back and forth. Oh, that game was crazy. I'm just happy we were able to come out victorious. I really am. And we do got to talk about our boy Jordan Love. He's looking like the real deal. I know he had that bonehead interception. I don't know if that was just a mental, like a brain fart or whatever happened. But besides that interception, he played phenomenal football yesterday. He's the real deal, friends and family. That is our franchise quarterback. Don't even worry about it. Jordan Love is the real deal. He just got to tighten up on a few things, like know when to run, use his feet, and not hold the ball too long. He does have a tendency, Jordan Love does, to hold the ball a little too long. But besides that, he played really, really well yesterday. I thought that Josh Jacobs ran really hard and determined yesterday. He's still not over 100 yards yet this season in any game, but I thought he ran really well and really hard yesterday and had some really key plays. It was just a lot yesterday. That was a crazy game. And then we got to play the Care Bears in 2 weeks in Soldier Field, so they definitely gonna want to get some get back, and we need to be ready. And I think that one thing we need to be ready for in that upcoming game as well is to be able to stop the run. I do believe that they will truly emphasize the run a great deal in the rematch. So I just want us to keep that in mind. But boy, our boy Jordan Love was out there dropping dimes, wasn't he? Well, Jordan Love out there dropping dimes. Christian Watson, that's our number one receiver. Hey, Christian Watson got real speed. Christian Watson, every time I think he can't do something, he can do it. Like, shout out to Christian Watson. It was also nice to welcome back Jaden Reed from injury. He got a couple jet sweeps, got him in a little early action just to get his feet wet. So we're getting a little bit more healthy. So it was good to see Jaden Reed come back there yesterday. So that was really, really nice. Also want to give props on Bo Melton for that catch before halftime to score. Uh, Jordan Love threw a dot. Like, wow, Jordan Love to even have the stones to throw that pass, and it dropped just perfectly in Bo Melton's right in the breadbasket. Shout out to Bo Melton for making the play first and foremost, and we needed it before halftime. And then Christian Watson on that first touchdown, the speed, bro. Christian Watson's speed is crazy. It's really crazy. And Watson had 2 touchdowns, another in the second half, and one of the most important ones was by Josh Jacobs as well. And the Josh Jacobs run that he broke, that was 3rd and 1 that he broke for like 21 yards, was awesome run. True power running game by Josh Jacobs and the Packers when they really needed to get something done. It was good to see Josh Jacobs be the one to kind of close the show for us for the most part offensively, and then for the defense. I know that I talk about Keisean Nixon a lot, which he definitely deserves, but shout out to him with 22 seconds left. They were driving on 4th down for him to get that interception to seal it. It was good to see. Hopefully that's a confidence builder for Keisean Nixon, that he does less yapping and more production, because he do a lot of this. Keisean do a lot of this, but we need production like we saw yesterday from Keisean Nixon. Shout out to Keisean Nixon. But again, I'm still concerned about the pass rush. It appears that if it isn't Micah Parsons getting through there, then nobody's really getting through. I see Gary doing a lot of chasing, but no catching. He's always in pursuit, but never catching anybody, at least recently. So it'd be nice to see somebody on the defensive line actually get to the quarterback and get a sack. I know we had the number 55. He looked like he's all right. He actually looks to be getting more pressure or generating more pressure than Rashan Gary. Engelbear, y'all let me, I think that's his name. If I'm saying it wrong, y'all let me know in the comment section. But what a just great game, a great performance by the Green Bay Packers, and they showed a lot of heart in Lambeau Field yesterday. And I really wanted to give props to Jordan Love, because besides that interception, he played a perfect game yesterday. I don't know what else he could have done much more than that, what he did yesterday. I'm really impressed with Jordan Love. I think that I also want to give a little credit to Matt LaFleur. He did get a little bit more creative on offense. It's still not what I like to see. It's still like the jet sweeps and all. It's cool. A little, deception. It's cool, but it was enough to get the job done. But I still want us to continue to be aggressive offensively and a little bit more creative, and find a way to create some more running room for Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is way too good to not have a 100-yard rushing game this year, friends and family. There's no way that he shouldn't have 100 yards rushing. We do have to figure out what's going on with the offensive line, why they're not getting the same push to run the ball as they do when they're passing the ball. Like I said, Josh Jacobs is too good. I don't care about injuries, and he is too good for us not to be opening up more running lanes for him to be effective. He needs to have at least 100-yard game before the end of the season. Like, that's kind of crazy. I'm not going to hold you. That's kind of crazy. And I also want to give the Bears credit for sticking around. Caleb Williams is a threat. We do have to understand and realize that the Chicago Bears are a threat. They played us down to the wire at home in Lambeau Field, and it took a last-second interception to put the Bears away when they were in scoring territory. So this team is a threat. This next game against them in 2 weeks will be a dogfight. We will have to earn our victory in Soldier Field. Let's not like mess around and think, oh, because I'm calling them Care Bears and all these little slick jabs, like they're not a quality team. The Chicago Bears are a quality team, and they are a threat. We do need to respect our ops, especially them. I don't care what our record has been against them the last 20 years. This is a different Chicago Bears team. They actually have a legit quarterback and coach. We need to be careful playing them in Soldier Field. I'm just keeping it 100. Yeah, that 21-yard worm was crazy. I don't even know how Josh Jacobs got through that hole, because we thought he was tackled. And then all of a sudden we just saw a dude emerge from the ashes and then just gone. I was like, wow. Shout out to Josh Jacobs, one of the biggest plays of the game. 100% one of the biggest plays of this game. I'm going to put the link here in the chat, and then we're going to go over these stats and see who in the building. Let's chop this Packers victory up. All right, link in the chat. Let's get to these stats. All right. Your Green Bay Packers, if you didn't know, the G stands for greatness, with a 28-21 victory versus the Chicago Care Bears at Lambeau Field. We held Caleb Williams to under 200 yards passing, 19 to 35, two touchdowns, one pick. DeAndre Swift, 13 carries, 63 yards. Kyle Monagai had 14 carries and 57 yards. So they had 32 carries, 138 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, not bad. Luther Burden, four receptions, 67 yards. Cole Kemet, two catches, 42 yards. Colston Loveland, four catches and a touchdown. And Olamide Zacchaeus had two catches, 7 yards and a touchdown. They just had timely catches, like third down receptions, things like that that we definitely need to tighten up on. I feel the cornerbacks were playing a little too loose and a little bit too forgiving to the wide receivers. We need to add a little bit more pressure, but I know that if we're not getting pressure from the front seven, then it is difficult on the cornerbacks, which is why we may need to consider blitzing to bring additional pressure because it can't just be Micah. And I'm not a fan of Rashan Gary, as y'all know. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan. So I thought we did pretty well defensively, to be honest. I don't think we only allowed one sack yesterday, which is impressive because they do have a solid defense. So a solid performance by the offensive line. Now let's get into the winning team, the Green Bay Packers. Again, the G stands for greatness. Jordan Love, 17 of 25, 234, almost 10 yards a pass. Do y'all know how hard that is to average almost 10 yards a pass in the NFL? Shout out to Jordan Love. 234, three touchdowns, one pick. That pick was bad, but the defense held and we made up for it. But yeah, that pick was crazy. Through Josh Jacobs, 20 carries, 86 yards, 4.3 yards a carry, one touchdown. And this 21-yard scamper was the biggest play of the game. One of the biggest plays of the game. Jaden Reed had two carries, 22 yards. Manuel Wilson only had three carries today, didn't do too much. To me, my MVP is Christian Watson, four catches, 89 yards, 22.3 yards a catch, two touchdowns. Regular Christian Watson. Bo Melton, only one catch, but it was a big one right before halftime for a touchdown. Jaden Reed also contributed four catches, 31 yards. It was good to see Luke Musgrave get some run and catch a couple balls. Though I do think the catch that they said wasn't a catch, I do honestly believe that was a catch by Luke Musgrave. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that play. If y'all thought it was a catch, not a catch. We didn't get anything from Romeo Dobbs. It's like that with our team sometimes. Sometimes receivers will do nothing or they explode. That's what makes this team unique. We didn't know Bo Melton was gonna make a big play today. You never know what Packer receiver is gonna make a play, but what we all do know is that the Packers receivers will make a play. We don't know who's gonna do it, but somebody's gonna step up and make a play. And yesterday was Bo Melton that stepped up. So shout out to Bo Melton, and I think Jaden Reed is gonna have his moments now as well since he's returned. So shout out to him. Edgerrin Cooper, great game. 11 total sacks, 5 solos. Shout out to him. Quay Walker at 9 tackles, 3 solo. So then Kingsley, yeah. Anagbari had a nice sack. Very nice sack. Besides that, we didn't really get any finalized pressure on Caleb Williams, but the one sack was a big time sack. We do need to figure out a way to generate more pressure. That's definitely a problem. Like, this was a really good game by the Packers. Like I said, it was a few bad calls in there, a few penalties, and kind of made this game a little closer than it probably should have been, and a few defensive errors on third downs and third and longs that allowed drives to continue and allowed them to put points on the board. Our cornerbacks have to play a little bit more aggressive, but we gotta generate some pressure on the quarterback. We can't just put our hands together and just hope that Micah Parsons saves the day. Other people need to help us save the Packers. It can't just be Micah on defense. We need someone else to step up. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Bleacher tap you in 1 second, bro. Salute, salute. Let's see who in the comment section here. Salute the friends and family. What up, Robert Brooks? Salute. Jonathan Porter in the building. Greg Delaney, Jeff Riley, Bleacher Report boss. What's good? Appreciate y'all tapping in. Derek Stevenson, Gary Foster, what's good? Tim, what's good? James, what's good? Appreciate you tapping in. EP, what's good? Eric Payne, salute. Appreciate you. Gary, good to see you in here, fam. Been a little bit. Appreciate you. What up, Dark Kent? Mr. 414 in the building. How about them Packers, gentlemen? J. Cole, what's good? Lance Vang, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Let's get to it. Yo, my boy J. Cole active in the chat. Shout out to J. Cole. It's a petty mister this week. Gummy bears, we still owe you. Shout out Mr. 414. What's good, bro? Jeff Riley, what's good? I thought they moved Melton to quarterback. Is he playing both quarterback and wide receiver? I guess I thought so too, but he made a catch when we needed him to. Shout out to Bo Melton. Right, our fourth cornerback wide receiver, Bo Melton, touchdown was crazy. Yeah, it was. And you know why I was scared on that pass? Because I'm a big proponent on receivers catching with their hands and not their body. Because if you catch it with the body, the ball can bounce off of your chest. And I saw how he was gonna catch the ball, so I was a little scared. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Let me tap y'all in in 1 second. That did have me a little scared, but he did make the catch. Great win against a playoff team. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Having a little technical difficulties. Bear with me a minute here, y'all. There we go. Bear with me a minute, y'all. Let's get to it. 1 second. All right. 1 second, y'all. Give me a second. There we go. All right. Let's tap in the people here. We're going to tap in Bleacher. Salute. We're going to tap in Dr. Smith. Salute. How about them damn Packers? How about them Packers? How about them Packers? How about them Packers in Lambeau? Damn, that game was intense. I mean, y'all, that game was so intense. And I mean, the Care Bear fans, they just was yapping the whole time. They were just yapping the whole time. Walking to the stadium, walking to the seats, even at halftime, just yapping the whole time. Like, they really got confidence. I'm glad we sucked the air out of them cats like we did at the end. Care Bear fans, though, they're delusional. They came in this week thinking they was going to make a statement in Lambeau and beat us. And I'm telling y'all right now, if they would have scored, they was going for two. They were going for two. If anybody thinks that wasn't the case, you're an idiot. They were going for two. They were going for two, and they were right there. Let's be clear. If Keisean Nixon doesn't make that play, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Let's be clear.
I gotta ask you, because you see it live. Mm-hmm. When you saw him do that fake, you seen that tight end running free. What you thought?
I was nervous, bro. I can't believe he didn't see him. I can't believe he didn't see him.
I thought they had us, yeah.
He waited too late for the pass. If he would have passed that earlier, that's a touchdown. He allowed Keisean Nixon to make up ground by not seeing that early enough in the play development. Is that a good way to?
Yeah, and then hearing that Evan Williams let him go,
right?
He already said he took accountability for that too. That was just a huge play. And after all the
his hip.
Right. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Bleacher. We'll go to Dr. Go ahead.
After that penalties that Keisean was getting all game, I mean that 2 balls and not a 4, let him have it. I mean, he yelled at, and he redeemed himself by calming down because this is a big game. We know it's going to be a big chippy game, and
whew, it was
Chef's kiss.
They were fighting from the rip. They were fighting from the rip.
It was, man, that's kind of one game I want to go to, man. I've been going to games, and I know that game. When you said you're going to that game, I'm like, ooh, you going?
Yeah, right. I got lucky, right. If all the games would go against the Care Bears, man, and to watch those fans leave early, even though it was only a couple seconds brought just joy to my heart. It brought joy to my heart. For real. And we got to give Jordan Love his props. We're watching our franchise quarterback mature. I know he had that bonehead interception. I don't know if that was a mental fart or just like somebody fell down. I don't know what happened on that interception. But besides that, I thought Jordan Love played lights out football. And let's not forget, Jordan Love finished his game averaging almost 10 yards a completion. 10, 9.4. People don't understand how impressive that is. That's hard to do on Madden, let alone in real life.
And bro, actually, another thing. Is offense different with Christian Watson on the field?
Oh, 100%. Now we're explosive again. Like I said, when you got somebody that can take the top off your defense, it changes everything. Kansas City has been in trouble ever since Tyreek left. They were able to kind of make it work, but now they're being exposed because nobody respects the pass. So they're stacking the line. They can't run, and that's why they're going home. You need to have a deep threat on every offense. Otherwise, you're limiting yourself. Period. And we were limited without Christian Watson. We'll keep it real. And now with Christian Watson back, Jordan Love is looking dynamic since the return of Christian Watson. We've discussed this, Dr. Smith, on multiple lives, the impact of Christian Watson to this offense.
Yeah.
He's
for sure.
He's real quick. I was gonna say that Christian Watson is like, the Rams having Puka Nacua or Devontae Adams on their. People try to overlook what, your quarterback needs those weapons, We'll say the same thing about Matthew Stafford when he had those weapons.
Right.
Just this way it goes. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dr. Smith, on you.
I mean, where do you start? Well, first of all, salute to the chat. Salute Emma. Thank you for putting up a live for the Packers, because I'm not just going to be coming on lives with my negative energy with the Bucks.
All right, give you something to talk about positive. Right.
Exactly, in the complete mess that they are right now. What a contrast between our teams, right? Because you see a team right now that is struggling through its bad build, at least right now, right? And then you look at the Packers and how well built they are when they have all of their weapons. And it's not just plug and play. We have surplus, right? So one of the comments that I saw is Derek Stevenson, the Packers have speed on defense and on offense. Watson 4.3, Bo Melton 4.3, Golden 4.28, right? First of all, I'm super jealous. I'm not jealous of the cold. When I left the North, my part of the North, the Northeast, I said, I'm never doing this snow crap again. Y'all can have it. You can keep it. I realized that all of my teams seem to play in like 10 inches of snow. There's a certain time of the year that y'all just not going to see me. I'm just going to be watching the games on TV. I left when I left New York. I left New York 2018, and no, I'm not doing that again. But I'm jealous of this game.
Right.
I'm super jealous. I saw you had the view from Lambeau. Man. Oh my gosh. Where would you rather be? Especially a game that ended like that.
Right. I mean, it was cold, but I felt hot just because of all the like nervous energy and tension that was going on. Like you couldn't even focus on the cold, Dr. Smith. You couldn't even focus on it.
So let me paint the scene first.
Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Bleacher. Go ahead, real quick.
I know they said they opened something in the suite. When you use the suite, they open.
Oh yeah, they got the windows. The front windows all open, so you can open just to kind of you can open to be more involved in the game, and it does like even the sound, everything is different with the window. What you hear in Lambeau, crazy on both ends, because when they do something good, they cheer. And like I said, it's 60-40. It's just like going to Bulls and Bucks game, same thing. Damn near half and half. They fans showed up. They just had to get shipped out. That was the problem. They showed up, but they had to get shipped out. That's the problem. They showed up, but they had to get shipped out. I want to go back to Dr. Smith and tell me how you feel about Jordan Love, and how do you feel about Micah Parsons and him being held all the time and it not being called?
All right, so let me start with Jordan Love first, right? Because Jordan Love's deep ball is a weapon of mass destruction. I mean, it's it's like equal parts
Get into it.
Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. Now, hear
That's
me
the
out, because
combo.
some
No,
people
no,
will be
repeat
like,
that again. That is the perfect combination. Yes, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. I like it.
Right, because for those that remember, like some people will only remember Russell Wilson in his bad years, right?
Yeah,
but when Russell Wilson at the height of the Seattle run, that deep ball, what made it like aggravating is that it would stay in the air for 20 minutes, and so you would think, oh, interception, we got this, right? And it would just always find its way to the receiver. He did it to us. He did it to us that year that they knocked us out of the NFC Championship game. The game-winning touchdown, Tramon Williams was like a moon ball, right? You know what I mean? And then, of course, Aaron Rodgers with his accuracy, and he guns it. So fast forward to Jordan Love, right? Jordan Love, first of all, shout out to the Bears for screwing that last play up to put the ball at the 40-yard line for us to have that shot, right? We had 2 plays, and then we scored right before the half. That pass that he threw to Bo Melton, it's not just that he got the ball on the target. It was the instant recognition that the Bears screwed up.
Correct.
Because he didn't see the mistake. You see what I'm saying? Because he didn't see the mistake until Bo Melton took off. So it's not like something that he saw immediately in the line of scrimmage and said, oh, we got him right now. That was something that opened up once he started running. He was like, they're not running with Bo Melton.
Right.
Right.
And I think that's what happened when he recognized the distance that Bo Melton already had. He's like, oh, they won't catch it. Even the ball came a little late, but he was so far ahead that he stood there and waited for it. He caught it like this. He was waiting. It dropped out of his hair, out of the air, right into his chest. He turned around and waited for it.
That's the point that I'm making, to recognize the screw up that late in the process, but then to get that depth, like he bombed it. Like usually that you know what I mean? Like you're gonna bomb and be that accurate. The safety's fingertips, this is the ball, right? The safety's fingertips, like you know what I mean? That was beautiful. It was like, and killed him on it. That, and it's not just that. We're seeing the full, these last couple of games. I'm in my glory. It's so unfortunate that the Bucs are kind of doing this, because the Packers are becoming everything that the Jordan Love full spectrum of throws. This it's not uncoordinated. It's just unorthodox. Like the fact, like his pivot to throwing like a side ball to Christian Watson that just kept trailing and sailing. That was Christian Watson.
It was almost like a curveball kind. I don't want to call it a curveball, but it was kind of. You get what I'm trying to say? But saying a curveball is crazy. Sounds crazy in football,
and it was perfect. Like it curved perfectly to where it needed to be.
It caught him in stride. Christian Watson never slowed down. Either one of his touchdowns, he never slowed down. That's when you got a great quarterback, when he always catch you in stride. Christian Watson caught the ball and then accelerated. He was already running and just kind of slowing down to catch the ball, and then could accelerate immediately. And you're not catching Christian Watson from behind ever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And it's not just that he catches these. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that play that Christian Watson scored on that crossing route, he audibled out and just did like a little signal to Christian. Christian did this, and then inside he went, and then that's what they did, because they did all out blitz. And then, like you heard him, he said can. That means it's not working, because they had two single shells the whole time. Once they went to one safety,
that was it.
I'm on him.
Great recognition.
But he had him right in the palm of his hand, because he kept doing that. So you heard the can all day. So they said, if you don't know how to play outside of too high over the top, if you can't give me anything else, then I'm gonna eat with the guys that we have now back in house. You're done. You can't do nothing to us. Like if Christian Watson's gonna play this well, then there's nothing you can do, right? Because the minute it was so beautiful. The minute that those safeties come in to stop Josh Jacobs and to stop anything that we're doing with the run, Christian Watson over the top, Matthew Golden, whenever he gets out of first, he can be over the top. Bo Melton over the top. bombs away. The only person that I saw them kind of trying to go over the top, and I wish they would stop, is Romeo Dobbs. I don't think that he can do it, but Romeo Dobbs to me is more of like a mid-level merchant who can give you
a
some
possession receiver, and there's nothing wrong with that. You need a possession receiver, somebody that can move the sticks, and that's what he does. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Wicks.
Yeah,
Dontavian Wicks killed the Lions with that, right? You know what I mean? It's just that, like I saw that play, for example, where they tried to go deep, and then Romeo Dobbs tried to come back through the cornerback, but the momentum, like he just doesn't have like the height and like the go get it, like and so this is so to your Christian Watson point, right? Like you were saying, do we look different with Christian Watson? I think one of the things that just has me over the moon about him, and you're right, we have talked about this. Like he opens up the defense. He's the over the top weapon. They tried to put Matthew Golden in there. Matthew Golden, I think, will get to the point where he's unstoppable. I have faith in that, but he's not there yet. And even when he is, he just has. Christian Watson has tools that Matthew Golden does not. He has the height, right? He has that go get it.
And he has length as far as arms, like his arm length, all of that. He definitely has some physical attributes that Golden just doesn't have.
He's very reminiscent of Jordy Nelson to me, right? Where Matthew Golden to me looks more like Greg Jennings. Yes. Now, they both can do very similar things, right? But Jordy Nelson is like a galloping horse that could do just about anything. And what I love about Christian Watson is his route running is now getting smooth. So he's not just that deep field merchant. So his second touchdown, right?
That was route running. That was route running. The second touchdown, that was route running.
But it's so like it's operating everything, well-oiled machine. There are some moments when obviously the offense isn't perfect, right? But all of it feeds into what's making us dangerous, right? So those plays, and I have to keep reminding myself of this, right? So when we're handing the ball off to Josh Jacobs and the blocking isn't fantastic and he's only getting 2 yards here, 3 yards there, sometimes I get frustrated with that. I start yelling at the offensive line, right? And of course you want more production from that. But the biggest thing you want from that is commitment. Commit to the run regardless of the early results that you're getting, right? Because what happens is that, especially when you do start to break a little bit, and it's getting cold, and Josh Jacobs is a house, right? He's just like he's a house. So it's hard to bring him down. So you're going to have to commit more resources to do that as the game goes on. And we have the plays dialed up the second we see you start to bite on it. It's the recognition is so quick from Matt LaFleur, so quick from Jordan Love, right? Because the touchdown he threw to Christian Watson, the first part of that play was a fake handoff to Josh Jacobs that half of the defense bid on. And now singles up Christian Watson against the dude that came over from the Eagles. I'm trying to remember his name now. But there's safety. And you're not catching him. You're not catching Christian Watson. There's no one in the secondary that's going to catch Christian Watson if you like a full stride behind him. Correct. And you're certainly not going to catch him. It's a safety. I hear you, Jeff, for sure, bro. You certainly not going to catch him when it's a safety, but it's the fake. So it's not just we're beating you with route running and raw ability. We're outsmarting you. We're moving your defense around. And, oh, by the way, we have, like, the horses to out-physical you as well. Just imagine for a second a world – C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Thank you, J. Cole. Imagine a world where we also had Tucker Kraft. Because Tucker Kraft was the weapon that we were going to when Christian Watson was gone and Jaden Reed was gone. And so Tucker Kraft had more opportunity to blossom. He did. So in the absence of those guys who would have gotten more reps, and maybe Tucker Kraft is not getting as much reps, Tucker Kraft now with, you're going to water that plant now because he's obviously the best skill position receiver that we have left, and he took off. So the hope is that in that process, he was already in the process of leveling up. I think he started doing that last year.
Correct.
And he just kept it going this year. He's an everything tight end. And the hope is that when he comes back for injury, whatever advancements he had made, he maintains his level up, that Christian Watson maintains his level up, that Jaden Reed comes right back. Jaden Reed came right back to action, reporting for duty, sir, like immediately, because we missed that
jet sweeps
element of the game.
Yeah, the jet sweeps.
Right. I like Savion Williams. I like Jordan. Matthew Golden, they don't do it as well as Jaden Reed. Matthew Golden, first of all, goes down too easily.
Too easy.
Right? At that's this what point. I'm not blaming him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's got to grow into his NFL body. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not expecting mountains to move just yet. Savion Williams, he's a little bit bigger. I do want more from his jet sweeps, but he's got to learn like how to run through traffic without running into his players. Jaden Reed has it down. So the first game that Jaden Reed comes back, he's immediately affecting the Bears defense. Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft. If Luke Musgrave can figure it out, and he's starting to, like,
I think he's showing signs. You know, I'm a Luke Musgrave apologist. I think he's starting to show signs. I also think that was a catch yesterday that they turned against him, but I thought that was a catch. He's showing signs. Like, he has speed. He's getting separation. He got to believe in himself. I think he has enough time now to turn the corner. If everything is perfect, Musgrave and Kraft can play together. I don't want to say too much. I'm gonna say it could be like Keith Jackson and Mark Chmura, but I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too much.
It's too much. There's no one offense that you see, right? So now I'm not saying we are the New England Patriots at this point, right? But to me, what made the Patriots strong was that they had weapons to beat you regardless of what you did. So it wasn't just a one-trick pony offense. It wasn't like the Pittsburgh Steelers with Jerome Bettis. We're just going to run the ball. If you could beat it, you beat us. But you can't beat us because we're so good at it. It's not a Derrick Henry offense. It's a we can do whatever we need to do. So you don't have any convincing linebackers that can keep up with Tucker Kraft and his run after the catch ability. Guess who's going to be burning you that game? Your secondary is kind of slow in comparison to the guys we have. Christian Watson, your number's being called. You're bad against the run. Josh Jacobs, and if Marshawn Lloyd can ever get out of the house, it's an abundance of riches. It's an abundance of riches. Our problem, to me, in my opinion, was not our skill position players. Our problem was with the
I can't even. I'm mad that you brought Lloyd up. You know how I feel about Lloyd.
He's down to one shot left, right? Because I saw him play at USC.
Okay, so you're giving him a little bit more life. You're not done with him yet.
Just because it's a change-up pitch, right? Because right now you have three running backs who are all like Josh Jacobs, right? And so, not that that's a bad thing. Josh Jacobs is the man, right? But it's all different variations of power. Josh Jacobs, power.
Wilson is power.
Emmanuel Wilson, power, right? North to south, power, right? Chris Brooks, power. Like, all of these guys are power. Nothing wrong with that. Right? You know what I mean? If you want to bludgeon someone to death, if our offense in the running game is just like take a hammer to your face, it just slowly crush. Cool. I'm cool with that. Jerome Bettis was one of my favorite players ever. But Marshawn Lloyd has that ability that if I get to the second level, Josh Jacobs is powerful and as amazing as he could be. And he had a superhero moment yesterday. That toss was a garbage play call.
Right.
Oh
you had 4 Chicago Bears in his face immediately. We were beat. Matt LaFleur was beat. Josh Jacobs said, "I'm not letting us go." Like it's that to me is why the game yesterday. I'm just so in love with it. It's my favorite game so far, even more than the Lions game because they were like legit superhero moments in that game. Josh Jacobs gets tackled. We kick a field goal. The Bears are in range to win the game outright. Never mind touchdown, 2-point conversion. Like, that's a touchdown wins the game. That changes your play calling. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to
Great point.
Like tiptoe around the touchdown the way that they were trying to do in that last drive because they have options. At that point, we have the option to kick the field goal or we could go for the touchdown. It just changes everything. Josh Jacobs went full beast mode through 3 guys.
Right.
It was. I love
that. Looked like a Marshawn Lynch. That was a Marshawn Lynch type of run there, like Seattle Marshawn Lynch type of run. He looked like he was stopped, and all of a sudden you just see him. A couple people move, and then he just emerged out of these tackles, and then was just gone. I was like, what? I'll tell you, the whole
So-
stadium was quiet when he was in that little scrum right there. All of a sudden, we saw it pop out. Everybody's like, "Oh!" I'm telling you, it felt like the stadium moved. It felt like the stadium moved when they just saw him appear a little bit out of the tackles. They got that daylight. Man, that was crazy.
So you see how we say when we're talking about the Bucks, right? That there are times when you'll see good play on the field, but I can't give that to the coach. I give that to the players. With the Packers, far more often than not, it's Matt LaFleur and the offense. It's a much cleaner operation in Green Bay, but there are times when the player will save the coach. That was a bad play call, and Josh Jacobs. Like I couldn't even start screaming because I'm immediately about to start cursing at the TV.
Right.
Like they had it red. The Chicago Bears had him dead to rights. There's 4 of them around him. And Josh Jacobs said, "Don't worry, I got it." So the few times that Matt LaFleur will drop the ball strategically on offense, which hasn't been very much lately. We have been on fire.
Right.
With the sequencing, with the execution. It's not just the play calls, it's when you call the play. We're calling plays to set up a play 3 downs later. Like all of it is poetry.
And there's no coincidence that our scoring has all of a sudden increased dramatically since the return of Christian Watson. I just want to add that in as well.
Because it's you needed so you can't have an orchestra without the string instruments. It all matters. Like, you know what I mean? Like we needed
nasty
all
analogy.
of that.
Nasty
Right?
Analogy. Go ahead.
It all matters. Right? It becomes one-dimensional. Look how long we were without 2 of our main weapons. We had our jet sweeping Swiss Army knife Jaden Reed. He was gone all of this time up until now. Christian Watson was gone pretty much all of this time up until the Giants game. Now we have those guys back, and we have like the beauty of it. I'm so mad that we also don't have Tucker Kraft, but honestly, with that many weapons on the field, it's not going to be like one guy all the time. It becomes the true multiple choice offense. You pick one and try to stop one. You started trying to stop option A and B. We're going to kill you with C and D. We beat the Lions with Dontavian Wicks. With Dontavian Wicks being our feature. You see what I'm saying?
It's always somebody different.
And I love it. I love it.
Romeo Dobbs had 0 catches today, and it didn't even. I said yesterday, and it didn't even matter. Did we even?
And that's the point.
I think that's what makes our offense difficult to handle. You don't know who you're going to shut down. It changes from week to week. There is no guy.
And it's unique in that way, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Go ahead, VP.
No, I was just saying that Matt LaFleur gets really mad when we say that somebody's our number 1 receiver because he don't need a number 1 receiver, because he's learning since Devontae Adams left. You try to have another 1 receiver, they take him away, then what? You know, you got to have a second, third, fifth option. You know, you got to have multiple guys that can really do a lot of things. You know, that's why I'm excited for Matthew Golden, because once you get the other guys involved, then you got Golden going deep, and you got third corner on him. You don't got the best corner on him. Oh, watch out.
I think it's going to take a while, because I think for Matthew Golden to really develop, you have to force feed him, and it's just very difficult to do. And that's
a good point. Right? He's a person that needs to get the ball a lot to get into rhythm. I agree with that.
Right. To get the reps to find out where he's supposed to do. So, like, rewind back many games now to the Cleveland game, right? Jordan Love throws a fade to Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden catches the ball, but lets his body fade him to the boundary line. A more polished receiver stops his momentum and just goes upfield. And with his speed, you're not going to catch him from behind. That guy runs a 4.2. Just slow down enough to get your body under control. That's a rookie thing. So what I mean is, the reason that I'm bringing that up is that more reps clean that operation up, right? And if you remember, in the very beginning of his career, Christian Watson really couldn't do much for us other than jet sweeps.
Right.
Now look at him. Now there's no question.
He has a route tree now. He actually has a route tree now.
And every year it's just more fine-tuning. So last year, he was not even last year. Go back to when in Aaron Rodgers last year, the last, what was it, 9 games or something like that, Christian Watson had a touchdown every game. Every game. Like just 9 touchdowns. He was the hottest receiver in football. Right? Not the best, but the hottest, right? And it's just, okay, well, we're now figuring out what we need to do. The next year, more fine-tuning, but then Christian Watson gets injured. And it was kind of like the Christian Watson injury story. Is he ever going to be able to be healthy enough to do it for an entire season? This season, he was gone for most of it. But now, if he could stay healthy, we're getting a Christian Watson that has not been worn down by the season. He only started playing in this New York game. So what? We're in game 5 now. He's about to go into. So he's one of the freshest receivers that we have.
He should be peaking by the time we go to the playoffs. He should be peaking physically, mentally. He should be peaking.
You know, and so I love all of it. My concern was not our skill position players. I think we have an abundance of riches. I think we have so much when we're fully healthy that you don't even see the same offense every single time, right? Certain features you should see often, like the Jaden Reed jet sweep, but like that kind of stuff finds its way in every game. But there's certain things that you may not always see. When's the last time you saw Bo Melton get hit for a bombs away touchdown? But we got one in this game. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like little things like that. You had asked about Micah Parsons. I think with the amount of noise that's been made on the national stage, because it wasn't just in Packers media that I heard about Micah Parsons being held. Like, the ship is going to turn slowly when it comes to that. You know what I mean? It can't just be Packer fans complaining about that. That has to make its way to the national stage. Right. But some of those were like stupid egregious. Like, the dude was like running in a headlock. So it wasn't just I started by your chest and then my arm slipped up when you dipped, because they're not gonna call that. But when I start the play off in a noose, and that's how the play starts, and I'm fighting through this, and it's to the point now where it's making its way to the national media. I don't truly know if he's going to get it called on every play. It's like the Giannis.
No, not every, but just get some
on every play.
Bro, some.
Exactly.
I saw that man's arm going back this way. He's trying to get control of his arm. He can't because they're grabbing it. I see the official right there looking.
Yeah. And that's the part that was like, right there.
I just don't want us to be penalized because he's so much beyond the opposing team. That we should be benefiting from that. We paid for that. We paid a cost, a price to get that level of
production,
and we're willing to pay
and impact price. That level of impact. Yeah.
So we should be benefiting from that because that cost, right? Kenny Clark was a player that I enjoyed on this team, but if I had it to do it, like it's like it was me who did it. If it were up to me, and I had it to do it again, I would shake Kenny Clark's hand again and help him pack. Right? This is Micah Parsons we're talking about. There's not too many players on this team that wouldn't happen to, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And look, Kenny, if it makes you feel better, they don't even know who I am. At least they kind of had like a moment of silence for you. Me, they'd have been like, if you don't, like they'd have put me on the bus to help him move. Smith, get on that bus and help him move. Like, you know what I mean? That's what you have to do today. You're helping him move, and get his stuff and make him move. Right?
I got a question. I got a question. 1 second. I want to go to VP to you for this one. Are you disappointed in Rashan Gary? He hasn't had a sack since October. I just want that to be known. Go ahead, VP. And we go to Dr. Smith.
Before I answer this question, I got the text from you. You was like, he gotta go. In the middle of the game, you like, Gary gotta go. And I understood because I was like, Gary has not had a sack. And mind you, Micah's getting double. He's getting triple teamed. And the only person that's doing something that have to blitz him is Cooper. That's the only player I'm seeing that's getting pressure. Or
55. Okay, whatever, yeah.
At 58, he's getting some sacks. But it's like Gary is not showing up. He's not even on the field on third down, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he's not even on third down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's supposed to be your other pass rusher, and that's what you keep saying. So we could have even, and I'm just being honest, we could have kept Clark and then traded Gary away, and then I think it'd be a little bit more better. Now, because we lost Watt
Wyatt.
being for the rest of the year. Now they got between these defensive tackles every week because they said they're going to do a competition every week because they're not going to have a guy in there and they're not going to stop the run. Because today they triple team Mark and they was running the ball. They ran at him. They ran towards the other guys, and they was getting a couple here in their yards. So, I mean, Parsons, he's going to go after the quarterback. And I'm telling you, it took every ounce of speed for Caleb Williams to get those yards because he was running for his life. And Michael was like, he wanted them badly. But to answer your question, yes, I'm very disappointed with Rashan Gary. It's like he's not even in the game most of the time.
Always in pursuit. All I do is see him chasing. No tackling, no nothing. I just see him in pursuit on the play. So, hold on one second. What up, Jay Stizzle? Appreciate the $10 super chat. Just got off the phone with one of my close friends who's a Bears fan. He talking mad stuff saying he don't believe in Jordan Love and we got lucky. We got to beat these dudes again to send them in. Oh, I know. That's how they do. That's how they do, Jay Stizzle. I already know what happened. I know. That's how they do.
Give me 2 seconds. I got it.
All right.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Go
ahead, VP.
Yeah, my problem is with that person saying that. The Bears, I mean, Bear fans, I get it. You had a great.
Hold on one second.
But if you guys watch what's that movie? Fast and the Furious, and what the Don Murray says, it don't mean it don't matter if you like win. We beat you when the matters most. Caleb Williams still made the mistake. I mean, he's still missing throws. Right. I mean, he missing still, so it'll take him a while to get to that level. But him running a lot, I think the Packers would have. What the Packers should have done is have Micah Parsons outside step inside. If you have him outside rushing a little bit more, and you see him trying to run, and you saw times he did, and he got Micah, he was like, "Okay, I need to go." Right. Every time I face him, I'm like, "I need to get rid of this ball right here." So I just think that I'm disappointed the way it seemed like it's just Micah and that's it.
I agree with that, Lance. I do agree with that. He said the one thing that Caleb Williams does better than Love is roll out to avoid a sack and make a play. I agree with that. I do think that Jordan Love needs to use his legs more to make a play that's either running or passing. That's one thing I do see that he needs to improve on. I think that's a fair assessment. Go ahead, Dr.
because I was going to say Caleb Williams rolls in any direction better than Jordan Love. Like that's what he does. You know what I mean? Jordan Love is a much better pocket passer. I think what makes Jordan, exactly what you said, what makes Jordan Love invincible is taking off a little bit more. But because he's so dynamic with his arm, I understand why he hangs in as long as he does. Like what led to the first interception, the play before that was him holding on to the ball too long.
And he wanted to get rid of it quickly.
And ended up taking the sack, right? Caleb Williams would have just took off. Lamar Jackson would have just took off. Like, you know what I mean? All those guys. But I understand because of all the beautiful football that we saw after that. So it's almost like you got to take that with it until he learns. Like once he gets to that point where he like marries run with his pass, it's like he's got the glow. He's Bruce Leroy at that point. Like, you know, he is
that's the finals. That's the last stage. I feel like for him is to be able to. And I know he's a pocket passer. I see y'all, and I agree with you, J. Cole. Jordan Love is extremely deadly in the pocket, that's his thing. But he can't. You have a whole nother level that you can get to if you just know when to use your leg. I'm not asking you to be Josh Allen. I'm just asking you to use your legs when it's needed, like a Mahomes. Mahomes is a great pocket passer, but if you give him a lane, he ain't thinking about it. I'm out because I know I can at least move the pylon 7 yards. That helps the team. And he doesn't even think about it. If he sees a lane, I don't care who, I'm out. I know I can pick the first up, I'm out. That's what I want Jordan Love to do. Just understand that. If I can get a quick 10, quick 7 yards, let me take that. That's going to help us.
He's mastered it. He's
mastered it. Yeah, and I would consider Mahomes a running quarterback, but I'll tell you he'll run when he's supposed to.
Yeah. To the Rashan Gary point, I think here's how I feel about that, right? I don't think that defensive ends just rush the passer. If that were the only metric that we measured him by, then yes, Rashan Gary is not up to par, right? And I think it's made to look worse because Enigbari is looking a little bit better right now. To your brother's point, that's to Moose's point, right? Enigbari played 56% of the snaps.
He played great.
But arguably had these are the unsung plays that people won't talk about, right? So their running back right now, Chicago's running back, the brother with not Swift, but
Monagai
is a house. Right. He's a wrecking ball, right? And was starting, but Green Bay's defense had held him for a good bit of the game and that running game in check in comparison to what the Bears had just done to the Eagles the week before. We didn't completely hold them in check, and as the game went along, they started to bleed it out a little bit more. So now, by the time we get to the fourth quarter and it's winning time, the Bears are actually getting away from us with their running game, which is why one of the reasons why Keisean Nixon's play was such a superhero play, because if they score there, if Caleb Williams just stops long enough to square his hips and get it up over Keisean Nixon's head, they tie that game, or at least they get 6 points. And I think, just like you do, they go for the 2-point conversion with Monangai and maybe win that game, because we were having a very difficult time stopping him from point blank, which is why Enigbari coming through the line and breaking Monangai on the play before and stopping him cold when that hadn't happened the entire half was one of the plays of the game that they won't talk about.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great point.
You see what I'm saying? To Rashan Gary's, Rashan Gary to me still does a good job setting the edge. It didn't look like it in this game because you have one of the best rolling quarterbacks in football. I know we're not supposed to ever give the Bears props for anything, but like that is one of the things that Caleb Williams does really well, is getting out of the pocket. It's his throws out of the pocket that make him vulnerable, because it's all wobbly and crazy and shaky, but him actually just moving out of the pocket, it's very difficult to stop. I think Rashan Gary, and I'm not trying to be a Rashan Gary apologist, I think Rashan Gary against a lesser quarterback where that is concerned would have looked better in that game, because he was in pursuit a lot. But like there was a play where he rolled right around Gary. Gary can't be that strong, that big, and catch Caleb Williams. The only person who's doing that is Micah Parsons, which is why Micah Parsons is the Avengers level threat that he is. That's a once in a generation type of player. Rashan Gary is a Pro Bowler. Micah Parsons is in the conversation, or will be, for best ever in the just level.
Yeah, that's fair.
You see what I'm saying? That's what makes him like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because you're not supposed to do what Micah Parsons does, right? Go back to the beginning of the season, first game of the season. We had all seen Micah Parsons play in Dallas, but just seeing him in a Green Bay uniform, when that play, his first sack for Green Bay, his close down on that quarterback was like a great white shark. Like that was like, he was.
And he had all white, and it looked crazy, like a flash of light just going past.
He was booking it, like, you know, and he had to fight through big linemen to get there before. Goff thought you are not safe from Michael Parsons if you have 4 steps on him, right? You know what I mean? That's what makes him special. So I think all these things in contrast can make Gary look worse than he is. The entire season, in perspective, that entire line has been playing better than I've seen us play in years, right? But it's the collective, and that's the Michael Parsons effect. Devontae Wyatt was looking. That's why I'm so mad that he's out.
What about LVN? Somebody just mentioned him in the chat. LVN was I think he was having a breakout season before the injury.
All of them. Yeah. And it was just wave after wave after wave. Those first couple of games when everyone was healthy, I was in my glory. Right. I like a bad football game Of course, I love offense. I just talked for like 45 minutes about Christian Watson, but my favorite part of the game is defense. If you held my feet to the fire, that's my favorite part of the game because it's harder to play defense. And when I saw us having like the type of pass rush that I saw Baltimore have just like 2 years ago, where there's nothing you could do, like we're coming to get you. That Jacksonville defense when they had Calais Campbell and Dante Fowler and all the like, we had a pass rush like that, right? The Bears a couple years ago, so it was some years back when they had Akeem Hicks and brother
Khalil
up in
Mack.
San Diego,
Khalil
Mack, and we had that kind of like we're coming to get you. At some point, someone is going to put his hands on you, and Rashan Gary was a part of that. It's just that Rashan Gary has to like play to his strengths. He does not have the foot speed that Micah Parsons has. Micah Parsons has like velocity power. Like Rashan Gary has like the move mountains power, right? So it's like I don't have to take a running start to move you out of the way. Rashan Gary could just do that, but the sacrifice is speed. So he's not going to get there all the time. If that's the case, can we set everyone else up so that they can get their sacks? We're still producing. We're still producing, right? It's just coming from somebody else. Now, if Rashan Gary weren't doing it, and we didn't have another mech, like someone else weren't stepping into the void, then I would be more upset. But Rashan Gary being able to set the edge now pushes running backs back toward the middle a lot of the time. And then now you have Quay Walker and you have Edgerrin Cooper and you have Isaiah McDuffie, and you have my guy Javon Bullard, the smallest, fiercest dude out there on the field. He's dropping dudes. He's same size as me, and he is knocking people right out. Like, you know what I mean? I like the strategy, but when you have a strategy like that, somebody is. It's not always going to be like someone is not going to get the sacks as much as you would like them to get, right? So it's someone has to take the L. I think when you set the edge, this is the argument I was making about him last year. I think when you set the edge, if you are not around fans that appreciate that, then it's going to be made to look like you're not doing anything ever. He's not getting as many sacks, but he is doing a good job of forcing people back in. Rashan Gary used to be terrible at that, like setting the edge. And if you were terrible at that, then a running quarterback would just eat us alive. Because every time you
I feel what you're saying, Dr. Smith, and I agree with you. I'm just going to say for what he's getting paid, setting the edge is cool, but I just don't feel that it's enough. I feel like we could get more value in getting rid of him. And if Luke Van Ness can remain healthy, I think he would give us the same production at a cheaper cost. And I think
I would even go so far to say that I'm gonna say and I'm gonna say that there's another player on the team that I'm excited to see next year, though he does not play the same way at all, right? And it's Colin Oliver when he comes back, because Colin Oliver was supposed to be a speed merchant as well, right? The only reason I'm bringing him up is that we're going to be really deep in defensive ends at some point. We're deep now. It was to the point now where they were thinking about. I know there was a lot of conversation as to whether or not we keep Enigbari, because right now you got Micah Parsons, you got Rashan Gary, you got LVN whenever it is he comes back, you got Baron Sorrell, you got Kingsley Enigbari, you're gonna have Colin Oliver, right? You have people that are on our special teams that we haven't even used that are defensive ends, like Aaron. What is his name? My point is that if you're looking to save money, I would be sad to see him go. Because I like sentimental value with Rashan Gary from up the Northeast. I like to see some of my Northeast guys on there. And I do think that he's sometimes underappreciated, especially when he did sacrifice to do that. When we had Preston and we had Zadarius, Rashan Gary was strictly pass rush. He was not setting the edge. He would get yelled at because he wasn't setting the edge, because he was letting receivers or letting quarterbacks get away from him. So it was destroying the integrity of the defense. We would have the right play called, but he would go headhunting. And sometimes he would get it, and everybody would be screaming his name, but then there'll be times when he didn't, and people would forget that the play was blown completely because he just went headhunting. You now see a Rashan Gary who is rushing the quarterback in a more mature way, and he's getting bashed for it, right? You know what I mean? And so, like, Hold on for a second. I'm sorry.
All right, no, go
That's
ahead.
my job.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Real quick,
Bleacher.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead, Bleacher. I
Well,
just
it's
have a
like, look,
thing for Rashan Gary. I get what he's saying and all that. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. You get too much money. You can set the edge and get to the quarterback. All I saw yesterday, if it wasn't Micah Parsons getting to the quarterback, nobody was getting to the quarterback. That's why I'm tight. You the second most expensive player on that defensive line. I need you to do more to set the edge. I feel like that's for a standard defense edge, just set the edge. He should be more dynamic than that. You're being paid to be more dynamic than that. I hear what y'all saying. I don't care. I want 10 sacks. Period. You can't make me understand if one person is getting D'd up by 3 people. Why? Oh, you gotta go. Okay. All right, Dr. Smith. Appreciate you tapping in.
About this.
All right. Hope all
Yes,
is
sir.
well. All right, sir. All right. Let me change this up real quick. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I get it. Like setting the edge and all of that. I get all of that. I get it. But I need more than that. Setting the edge is only one thing. What about getting to the quarterback? I still need you to get to the quarterback. It'd be different if we didn't have no Micah Parsons. It would be different. But we got a Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? So he's taking so much gravity from the defense. You should be able to get one-on-one moves. I don't understand it. You haven't gotten to the quarterback in a month, and Micah Parsons is over there? That's crazy. Give me Jadeveon Clowney. I bet you Jadeveon Clowney, as old as he is, would be getting to the quarterback and still stopping the run at a much cheaper price. I'm just keeping it real. I feel you and Rashan Gary setting the edge, but you can do more than one thing. Because Micah Parsons, as much as they say he don't stop the run, I see him stopping the run and getting to the quarterback. I want more out of Rashan Gary. If all you can do is set the edge, let's get him up out of here. Let's get somebody else in here, because a lot of people can just set the edge. In my opinion, that's not enough for what he's getting paid.
I agree. I understand what Doc Smith was saying.
Right.
My problem is just I'm not seeing enough of them.
Right.
If I mean,
Facts,
I don't know about the Oliver kid, but I'm like right now we just need somebody like Ezra Cooper is good, but we need him in that middle so he can, defend the passes and get those short routes. And just I want a front four to do more than just have to blitz somebody.
Right.
And just running it all over the place. Run for us, run it it was like every time he saw a crease from the outside, he run. He's gone. Only time he didn't run that good when he saw Parsons run in front of him. He tried. Parsons just chased him down like, I'm gonna get you. It's gonna be, I don't know when.
His speed is ridiculous. His acceleration is crazy.
Yeah, it was
just
every
crazy.
time Parsons just cut him down. So
and Moose is co-signing Oliver too. They said he could be a problem healthy. He could be a problem. Well, the Packers are always a problem as healthy. It's just us being healthy is the problem. What up, Pickle Luke? Yeah, no, we didn't forget about Edgerrin Cooper, Jeff. We always did. That's an understood commodity. We don't mention it because it's understood he the truth. It's understood. Yeah. Edgerrin Cooper. Yeah. I like Edgerrin Cooper. I like Enigbari. What's the other linebacker? McDuffie, solid. Yeah. Quay Walker has his moments. I have a real problem with not getting pressure on a quarterback, because the reason I'm harping on that is because our cornerbacks are okay. They're not great. They're maybe a B, C+, B- level cornerbacks. And when you have C+, B- quarterbacks, you need to get pressure, because the longer that they're in coverage, the more susceptible we are to the pass. So I'm going to continue to go in until someone else is out there helping Micah Parsons get to the quarterback. We have to get to the quarterback. Our cornerbacks are not. If we had Patrick Surtain and somebody like that in the secondary, then it's different. Then Rashan Gary could play salsa, and I'm not mad, because we got the cornerback. We don't have the cornerbacks to be out there salsa dancing with these receivers. They're not cold like that. We have to get to the quarterback. That is, I don't care what nobody say. We need to be getting to the quarterback. Our cornerbacks are not that good. Let's be real. Keisean Nixon is okay. Valentine is okay. You know what I'm saying? They're fringe starters to me. fringe starters. So yes, Gary, get to the damn quarterback. Quit playing. Let's go. On you, VP.
Yeah, so this game, they can give this another level because, like I said, like we said, it's wide open right now. The NFC's wide open. I know the Rams won yesterday, but they lost to the Panthers. I mean, the AFC's wide open. Looks like the Chiefs going to be going down, down.
Right.
Exactly. I like that point too. You got Khalil Mack. I mean, other guy. It's just if you got him brushing the passer still, it's no excuse. It's just no excuse for this guy to be young. He still can't brush the passer. I understand, but what Dr. Smith was saying, but still,
I need you to get to the quarterback, bro. I just need you to get to the quarterback, or we need to get somebody else, because do you know how dynamic we would be if you had another pass rusher on one end and then you have Micah on the other converging? That's what I want. Then you can't double. See, he's paying attention. See, he's paying attention now. That's why you do it, to alleviate the pressure off of Micah. If there's no one else they got to worry about, then they could put 3 people over there. Now, if you got somebody else on the other end bringing pressure, you can't double Micah, which means Micah can just run wild. We need someone else to be able to bring pressure to allow Micah to be Micah. Otherwise, it's going to be like Giannis. They're just going to build a wall, and he got to try to get around the wall to score because nobody else is doing anything. He is Giannis damn near. He's damn near Giannis.
He is. At that point, yeah. 3 guys on him every play.
Man, and hold it.
And hold him.
Hey, Nate Hobbs is trash. Nate Hobbs need to be cut immediately, Derek. Valentine, I'll give you, he can cover a little bit, tackle a little bit. He can't tackle, yeah, I agree with that. But, yeah, Hobbs, that was a terrible signing. We got to get him up. We got to get him out of the Packers uniform. He doesn't deserve to wear the green and gold.
That's why we can be a little cheap with some of these cornerbacks. I understand you got Micah Parsons, but get some IQ guys, man. The fact you got Bo Melton as your 4th corner should tell you everything we know about how they just won the team. Like, no disrespect. I love Bo Melton.
No disrespect, but it was a slick jab.
Come on. You have him as your 4th corner, and you know darn well he's not going to be a corner. He's supposed to be a wide receiver. So it's just whatever happens this year, whatever happens, what I'll be doing if I'm GM, we get another rusher.
J. Cole said we need a 3 technique. It would be nice if we could trade for Jeffrey Simmons from Tennessee. I'm not familiar with dude, but
he's good.
I trust y'all. Okay, I trust y'all.
Good defense tackle from Tennessee. That's one of their best players, but you need to get him a first for him, so I don't think that's gonna happen. So
why not? We don't draft good with first anyway. We don't have a history. I mean, Golden would be straight. I would rather have a player that's already established than take a chance at a first round pick. If they said first for Duke, give it. He's gonna immediately have an impact.
We gave up our first 2 round picks for the next 2 years already for Micah. So
Hooper's legit too, Mr. 414. Good call. Yeah. Hooper is legit. We did forget. No, good call, bro. Good call, 414. Yeah,
I like
Hooper. I like Hooper. I like this Packers team if everybody was healthy. I would love to see everyone healthy. What have we got? Lloyd, and we got my Jaden Reed back. Now just everybody. If we could just be healthy, Wyatt, I just love to see this team what it would look like healthy. I really would.
I would. Overall this team is just peaking at the right time though. It's just the wins is piling up. They're playing really tough games, and this is what you want to be in. You want to be in these type games, especially Lambeau Field. I knew that game was. You say it's going to be a game. I knew that game was going to be great. It just
that was a great experience. I'm not trying to overhype it, but yeah, being in Lambeau for a meaningful game hit different.
Yep.
It hit different. Walking through them doors, it hit different.
How many times you be like, first down?
First down, right. And then when they got the fireworks at the beginning of the game, seeing them run out, At the ovation that Micah Parsons gets coming last. I'm talking about the whole stadium when they saw Micah was just roar like that was crazy. Like the you can really tell that the Green Bay Packer fan base has grown a quick attachment and appreciation for Micah Parsons.
Yes. You thank you, Jerry Jones, for being a moron and not knowing what you had. Just pay your man. I like
Right.
how he was saying, "Hey, you don't need Mike. We got this up. You're 6-6 right now. You're 6-6. Your defense still terrible, and we got the guy you should
And
have
you had to
kept."
give up another pick to get another defensive tackle because Kenny Clark wasn't getting it done.
Nope.
I know we got this close game going on between the Eagles and Chargers, so I want to make sure people get to see the rest of this fourth quarter. What's your last words, Bleacher? Then we gonna chop it up in in the chat. Go ahead, Bleacher.
Oh man, I'm ready. This is gonna be a tough game this Sunday versus the Broncos. So another tough game. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be another big game for the Packers. So I hope we win this game. Bears lose, and the next week won't really mean anything. But we just right now it was just pride yesterday,
All right.
and next time it's just like we don't really care for
It's
you at
gonna
this
be a
point.
tough game. It's gonna be a tough game in Chicago. I know I don't want to overlook our next opponent. Yeah,
Um,
but I know that Chicago game they're looking forward to, but we can't overstep. We gotta respect our ops. We
we
gonna
do.
have we play who we play next? I just forgot who we play next.
Denver
Bleacher.
Broncos.
Broncos. Yeah, that's gonna be a
That's
tough game. Bo Nix is playing well. Broncos are playing well, and the Broncos got some cornerbacks. They got PS2. PS2 is no joke. PS2 is
no.
no joke. No joke.
It's,
Yeah.
it's,
Hobbs is trash. J Cole. Hobbs is trash. Maybe he is a slot corner. We'll see, but he look crazy right now, J Cole. He look crazy. Go ahead, Bleacher.
yeah, it's like I said before. This game gonna be crazy next week, so I can't wait.
Yeah, we
Cannot
definitely
wait.
cheer for Shador this weekend against the Care Bears. 100%. 100%. All right, Bleacher, man. I'm gonna let you get to it, bro. Salute. Appreciate you tapping it. Hey, man. Hey, this big Packers energy. They don't know the G stand for greatness.
Greatness, man.
Right. All right, bro. Salute. Appreciate you. All right. Salute to VP. I'll holler at you in a minute. Before we get up out of here, let's get Brandon in here before we get out of here. Go ahead. What's up, Brandon?
What up? What up?
What
I
up?
think, you know what? I think I just got I run the back in line with all of my guys.
Mm-hmm.
Go about the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good idea to hop in with all of my guys.
Uh-huh.
So that way we don't have to think about the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I need. That's something I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched the whole game yesterday. I think you went to the game.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I went to the experience.
Yeah, very good experience. I suggest everybody when you can get a chance go to Lambeau. Atmosphere
I
is
really go.
unbelievable.
I really want to go to Lambeau.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so I think it was a good game yesterday. It was 14-3. Shout out to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Chris and Watson. Shout out to Bo Melton.
Right.
Jordan Love, this is Jordan Jungle season.
Mm-hmm.
So, could you imagine everybody healthy before the playoff?
Right.
I'm not going to jump out the window. So, I think, we need to keep this momentum going into Sunday
Mm-hmm.
against the Broncos. So, I think, like you said, You, Daniel, Dr. Smith, I agree with y'all. Rashan Gary and try doing his job.
Or enough. Let's say that he might be stopping the run, but I feel he should be giving us more than just a run stopper.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think we got too many different receivers.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who going off.
Right.
We just not make noise. It's always different receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So, no three, really?
Did you get a chance to see the Packer game yesterday, Brandon, at all?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, yeah. So, I think I'm looking forward to the next game against the Broncos. It's gonna be a good game. It might be a tough game,
Right.
but let's think it thing rolling.
Right.
So I have been dropping some short video
Yeah.
on Packers and Alabama. You need to check my YouTube short time.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
So, no problem. I've been dropping those shorts for Bucks and for
Okay.
Packers.
Got you. Okay.
No problem. So, to move the Packers Nation, tell me when everyone had a time, everyone had a time. I got you on Sunday, and let's go back, go,
Right.
and let's keep the thing rolling.
Absolutely. All right, Brandon. Appreciate you, bro. All
No
right, bro.
problem, bro. No
All right,
problem.
go. Shout out to Brandon. All right, y'all. We got to be happy about the win from yesterday, but we got to know that this Sunday we have another tough opponent in the Denver Broncos. Uh, top seed in the AFC. We're going to need to bring our lunch pail to that game. They have a very strong defense, solid offense. So we're going to have to go in that game not making any foolish mistakes, not turning the ball over, and playing clean basketball, playing clean football in order to beat the Denver Broncos. If we can have three straight wins over these type of quality teams, the Lions, the Bears, and then come out here and beat the Broncos, that'll give us a lot of momentum going into Soldier Field to put away the Care Bears. Uh, I'm excited with what I'm seeing. I just want us to continue to get healthy, continue to get better, and get these wins going. I want us with a solid position going into the playoffs, if not a first seed if possible. I just want us being healthy going into the playoffs. That's really what I want. So we're gonna see what happens. I appreciate all y'all tapping in. We'll be going live after the next Packers game as well. So stay locked in, keep the notifications on. Again, it's Go Pack Go. If you didn't know, the G stands for greatness. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content with the people. All right, Packer Nation, gone. We about to whoop these Care Bears again, and we whooping the Broncos. I don't care what they talking about.